Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Another wet day in Buckinghamshire. I want to talk today about the 4 factors that you need to be aware of when you're undertaking any journey. Now, 2 of these you definitely need to think about before you actually get in the car, possibly 3, and 2 while you're actually driving. So at this point, I'd just like to say thank you to the people that have subscribed to the channel already. If you haven't subscribed, then I hope you'll consider subscribing to the channel. And when we get to the end, if you found the information useful, then please give it a thumbs up, because it does help the channel, and it'll get it seen by more people, which is always good. So let's take these factors. Definitely 2 that you need to be aware of before you actually undertake your journey. And the first one, and the major one really, is human factors. So what is your attitude towards risk taking? We all have different views towards taking risks. Some are prepared to take risks, other people are very cautious. So you need to be aware of that. The other thing that you need to be aware of is your impulsive personality. That's difficult to say, isn't it? Impulsive personality, or your competitiveness, because these can affect your driving and your attitude to driving. So think about those, because they're fine. If you are competitive, you're a competitive person. That's great. You just need to recognize that before you get into a car and start your journey. The real big one here, and the one that probably leads to quite a few accidents on the road, is overconfidence. And especially we see this in the younger drivers. So know your capabilities, know the capabilities of your vehicle, and don't be overconfident. Now, at various times in our life, we all have issues around money worries or personal worries, things that we're concerned about. But the ideal thing is not to let this come into your driving. You need to really try and detach yourself from these factors when you get in a car. Now, I know that's really difficult to do, and it's really difficult thing for me to ask, but you should really detach yourself from anything that is causing a problem, so that you can focus on your driving and be safe. Now, the second thing to be aware of is your vehicle. Now, most of us have a daily drive and we know that vehicle really well, but there will be occasions, like when your car goes in for service and you get a courtesy car, or you go abroad and you hire a car for a holiday, when you won't be familiar with the vehicle, and you need to make yourself familiar with the vehicle controls before you actually set off. So you might pick a car up in the light, and then you come to take it back and the journey is in the dark. You need to know where to put the lights on. You may encounter foggy conditions, so where are the fog lights? What side are the indicators on? Because they are different from car to car, manufacturer to manufacturer, I should say, really. So make yourself familiar with the vehicle before you actually undertake your journey. It'll only take you a minute or two just to have a look and see where the controls are, generally. So make yourself familiar with the vehicle. Now, those have to be done before. Oh, and I should say, obviously, a really important one is make sure that the vehicle that you're driving is safe. So check the tyres. You may not have the ability to check the tyre pressure, but you can certainly look at the tread to make sure that it's safe. Do a rolling brake check or a brake check when you get into the vehicle, just to make sure that the brakes work before you actually really need to use them in earnest. So just check the vehicle, make sure it's safe as far as you can. This is one that sort of overlaps between where you do before your journey and while you're on the journey, is actually planning the journey. So leave plenty of time, especially if you're traveling on an unfamiliar route. You can look in places like Google Maps to plan your route. The driving societies offer ways that you can actually check your route to see if it's clear or not. So use those and make sure you leave in plenty of time. Don't succumb to time pressures. Now, things are always going to happen on a journey, and you may be needing to get somewhere for an interview or an appointment or something important. Better to get there than not get there by doing things that are impulsive or unsafe. So don't succumb to time pressures. Also, don't succumb to peer pressure, because you may have someone in the car with you, a passenger, who themselves have to get somewhere for a particular appointment, or they have to be somewhere for something at a particular time. Don't let them intimidate you into driving in an unsafe manner, either over the speed limit or beyond the capabilities of the car or yourself. So don't succumb to peer pressure. If you are on unfamiliar routes, you may need to concentrate more than when you're on familiar routes, although that's not really the case. But don't succumb to distractions, because you do need to do that concentration. So if that is the case, then switch off the radio, switch off any music, and focus on your driving. Now, the other thing that I've covered in another video is fatigue. Now, we all know that as you get older, fatigue happens more rapidly. But in any case, no one should drive for more than 2 hours without at least a 15-minute break. So if you do feel yourself tired, if you're tired from the night before, or you feel under the weather, then recognize that and allow for that, compensate for it in your driving. So ask yourself at the beginning, are you fit to drive? And if you are fit to drive, do you need to focus on a bit more because you are feeling fatigue of some type? So that's the third one. And the last one is traffic. You need to stay alert, because traffic will be around you, and you need to scan that traffic. So looking as far as you can into the distance, into the middle distance, into the near distance, and then behind you and to the side of you, to see what's happening, anticipate what's going to happen, and take appropriate actions. You also need to adjust your driving to the weather conditions. So, we have all seen where we've got a piece of road that on one day we can drive that at or near to the speed limit for that road quite safely. But on another day, it may be icy, may be foggy, may be raining. You need, like I've talked about before, you may need to implement a 4-second rule or even a 10-second rule for your stopping distance rather than the 2-second rule in good conditions. So you can't drive that same bit of road in bad conditions as you would in good conditions. So adjust your driving and keep safe for the road conditions that you're facing. So those are the 4 elements: human factors, journey, traffic, and vehicle. Hope you found that useful. If you have, give me a like. And if you'd like to know more tips as they come along and be notified when I post new videos, then please think about subscribing to the channel. It'll be appreciated. And hopefully see you then. If you've got any comments or questions, put them in the comments below and I'll try and answer as many as I can. So see you then. Bye.